Rolling Stone published an article on the 50 worst decisions in the last 50 years of American politics, and we're going to cover every single one. I'm already in disagreement with Rolling Stone here. I think we're going to need a little bit more time away from this to determine if it's really that big of a blunder. It's definitely a blunder, but how big of a blunder? We're going to need some time. It is when Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis go head-to-head in a debate and just absolutely take each other apart, but don't make any mention of Donald Trump. Donald Trump opted out of these debates, supposedly. He said that he wouldn't be participating in any primary debates. He would be focused on his town halls, where he can string a few words together and call it a sentence and still get applauded by those in attendance.
I heard that Saudi Arabia and Russia will repeat
and apparently not even words. So while he's getting standing ovations, these two are going for the jugular.
You've got to stand up for those things.
You've been beating that dead horse. That's
because
been debunked
it's
multiple
true,
times.
Ron. It's true.
And that about summarizes the debate. It accomplished absolutely nothing except for maybe lowering our already rock bottom view of Republican candidates in this country. And maybe one thing it did accomplish was usher Ron DeSantis out of the campaign faster. But as we've seen from the Republican primaries, Nikki Haley is still getting a significant share of the Republican voters, especially when considering she's matched up with a former president. No matter how wacky he is, he's still a former president, and with that comes some credibility. So while I do think this was a misstep on both of their part, I don't know if we can say it makes the top 50 at this point. I have a job to offer. And in the immortal words of Rod Blagojevich, it's a fucking valuable thing. You don't just give it away for nothing. I love Parks and Recreation. And what a fun segue to talk about number 49 in America's worst political decisions in the last 50 years as ranked by Rolling Stone. Now, I don't agree with all the placements here, but this one I'm fine with. And it is the former governor of Illinois, Rod Blagojevich, who could not keep his mouth shut. Let me set the scene. The year was 2008. And somehow everything was still terrible. Except for the country had finally elected its first black president, Barack Obama. But he left a Senate seat behind in Illinois. And it was left up to the governor, Rod Blagojevich, to fill that seat. Now, he's Democrat. This should have been pretty easy. But he was already under investigation for fraud. So his phones were tapped. And so he was overheard talking about the Senate seat, saying that it was this golden opportunity. It's a fucking valuable thing. I'm not going to give it away for nothing. Like he was getting people to buy the Senate seat. Like these politicians don't make enough money already. So they had him on tape confessing to unambiguous fraud, and he was sent to jail for like 20 years. Nope, 14 years. But guess who commuted Rod Blagojevich's sentence? That's right, Trump commuted his sentence because he knew Governor Rod Blagojevich from his days on Celebrity Apprentice, because that was a thing. And so Rod Blagojevich returned to Chicago and maintained his innocence. I'm very unclear how that works when you have it all in recording, but okay. And he's trying to sue the state so that he could run for office again. These politicians have it all, and it's never enough. Anyway, like and follow for more analysis of the 50 worst decisions in American politics in the last 50 years as covered by Rolling Stone. Bye!